Hello EDH enthusiasts, welcome back to another video, and today March of the Machine is almost here, so I'm going to teach you about the different archetypes. First up is White Blue. The signpost card for this archetype is a powerful 2-mana 2/2 Night Lord. Sadly, the uncommon battle for this archetype is not very good until you flip it, and flipping it can be kind of difficult. What you really want to look out for is Invasion of New Phyrexia and Teferi Koza. This mythic card will allow you to create tons and tons of knights and smash your opponents flat. After you have your powerful mythics and uncommons, you want any creature that has the knight creature type. All of these are pretty good, and with the +1/+1 boost, they become very good. As a finisher, a mass pump spell like Inspired Charge will do wonders. Next on the list is White-Black. White-Black is basically the simplest to run. You want to run any card that has the word Phyrexian or Incubate on it. You also want to look out for Invasion of New Capenna, which turns into Holy Frazzle Cannon, which is a game ender once you have it. Other than that, there are many commons that have the Phyrexian creature type, and all of these are good includes. Also, just because it doesn't have the type Phyrexian doesn't mean you can't run it. If it has the word Incubate on it, it's good too. Another thing you want to look out for is ways to transform your incubator tokens or ramp. There's not a lot of it, but there are ways to do it. The third archetype is White-Red. The uncommon signpost for this archetype is Mirror Shield Hoplite, which copies all of your backup abilities, which means you want to run as many backup abilities as possible. There are 4 commons in the white color that have the backup ability. Each of these is very good to use in this archetype, as you can double it and use it on all of your other creatures. There are also 3 red commons that have the backup ability. These are also cards you'll want to look out for. There are also some very big creatures in red. These can be used as finishers by backing them up. Each archetype also has a 2-colored battle for them, so the red-white one is Invasion of Kylem, which is very good with this strategy. Then, once you flip it, you get Valor's Reach Tag Team, which creates 2 tokens that keep making each other bigger and bigger, and you can smash your opponent with these 2 creatures. Next, we have White-Green. Green-White's main signpost card is the very powerful Botanical Brawler. This will allow you to add extra +1/+1 counters to it whenever you add stuff to yours. You also want to look for Invasion of Moag, but more importantly, you want to flip it so that you can put +1/+1 counters on everything at your end step. After that, you want anything with +1/+1 counters on it, or that will have a powerful ability that will help it get through with those +1 counters on it. A really good one is Burnished Doomstompter because of the trample. You also want any sort of pump enchantments that will keep permanent additional damage. A really good one is Placid Rottentail because you can move the counters once it's dead. After White-Green, we have Blue-Black. Blue-Black is an archetype that rewards you for filling up both players' graveyards, not just yours or your opponent's. Halo Forger is like a worse version of Leer, giving one-time flashback to a spell in your graveyard. A card that you really want is Invasion of Amonkhet. It will fill up your opponent's graveyards very fast, and then when you convert it, you get your best thing back. Another good battle for this archetype is Invasion of Eldraine, which will discard even more cards. After you have your uncommons, you want anything that will mill, surveil, or discard cards, so you can fill up your graveyard reliably and fast. To win the game, you'll need a creature like Expedition Lookout or Tenured Oilcaster, which will allow you to attack for a lot of damage for free when you have 8 cards or more in your graveyard. Blue-Red wants you to cast spells with Convoke, so creating tokens is the first thing you want to do. There are 2 really good battles for this, and some really good commons as well. The nice thing about these blue-red elemental creature tokens is they can add both blue or red. Once you have your creature tokens, you can start to convoke spells and get powerful effects for a fraction of the cost. To win the game with this strategy, you need one of the very powerful rares with Convoke. Shatter the Source and Complete the Circuit are both very good, but I think the best way to win is with City on Fire on the field, and then you have your Tidal Terror become unblockable and hit them for 15 all at once. Next up is Blue-Green. The green-blue archetype is all about controlling transformed permanents that will make your creatures bigger or help you to find more cards. Important for this strategy is Invasion of Pyrolea, which itself can transform and also helps you to find other transforming things. And once you have Gargantuan Slabhorn, your transformed permanents will be even better. One way to get the transform permanents you need is through Incubate. Incubator tokens transform into creatures, and that counts. Another way is through these transforming creatures. You can even go out of the blue-green color range because the Phyrexian mana can be paid with 2 life. You'll need to rely on some uncommons for this. Also in uncommon, there are transforming battles. Try to get as many of these as you can to put into your deck. Watch out for other benefits for having transformed permanents. We're going back to basics with Black-Red. The Black-Red archetype is a pretty common one of sacrificing your artifacts and creatures. Invasion of Asgul will help you to sacrifice things, and Ashen Reaper will give you benefits. These are the most important cards. Once you have your uncommons, you need to find as many commons that will give you more ways to sacrifice things and give you benefits when you do. There's especially good ones in black, but a couple pretty good ones in red. Especially Pyretic Prankster and most importantly the backside are very good. Once you have ways to sacrifice things, you want things that want to be sacrificed. Stuff that when they enter the graveyard or become sacrificed give you benefits. A really good one is Ichor Drinker because it replaces itself. You also need extra creatures to sacrifice. There are a couple good red token creators and incubators that will do really well in this slot. Black-Green is our next archetype. Black-Green is the big and stompy archetype for this set. You want really high incubate amounts and you want really big creatures. This color pair also has a lot of ramp, so Invasion of Lorwyn and more importantly Winnowing Forces are very powerful. Once you have your uncommons, you want the biggest commons you can find, and there are some pretty big green creatures in the common slot. You also want the biggest incubate amounts that you can get. Being able to double them with your Elvish Vat Keeper will make like an Incubate 5 extremely powerful. And finally, Red-Green. Archetype review for March of the Machines, Red-Green. The first card I want to talk about in this archetype is Invasion of Urgamon. This 2-mana battle can get down early and give you an advantage in cards and ramp. A turn 2 Urgamon into a turn 3 Geoderm, and then you kill your Urgamon, transforming it, will likely win you the game. Once you transform the Battle of Urgamon, you'll be sure to keep your battles flowing with Truga Cliffcharger getting you another one. Commons like the Beamtown Beatstake will give you more ramp when you damage battles, and Onaki Javelineer can get you extra free damage in. Another really good card is Thrashing Frontliner, which will allow you to hit your battles even harder. The same is true for War-Trained Slasher. You'll also want to look for burn and fight spells that can hit battles. One of the best commons for this archetype in my opinion is Portent Tracker. It can speed up your battle defeating and also slow down your opponent's battle defeating. Thank you for watching today's video. I hope that I taught you something that can help during a pre-release or draft event for March of the Machines.